Hello everyone, it's going to be more of a mellow video, but I basically want to talk about Jake Paul and what's going on. And usually I don't normally talk about Jake Paul or any other famous YouTubers, but the reason I'm talking about him is because I think he's setting a really bad example for everybody, and I really want to discuss that. What I'm pretty much going to be talking about is exposure and how that's affected Jake Paul and what he posted earlier. He had a post that he had to, try to reach a different employees, trying to do, different hiring, and it kind of worked against him. So let's read this tweet. In the tweet, it states, "If you are a young, aspiring music producer and engineer, please read. We're in need of full-time in-house producer, engineer who will mainly act as an engineer for us. This will be an internship position and will provide you with real-life experience, connections, exposure, and a whole lot of fun. Proficient in recording on all softwares, Pro Tools, Logic, FL, Ableton, and etc. Serious inquiries only email engineer@jakepaul.com with your Instagram, something about you, and your location. Doesn't matter." Wow, okay, so right off the bat, he's saying that there's no pay at all. You're gonna work a job where there's no pay. And obviously, I already know that there's internships. There's two types of internships in case you don't know. One where you get paid for your time, one where you're not getting paid for your time. But then usually it's like part-time experience, and I mean, it's always part-time experience. It's never full time and you're working constantly, like 40 hours a week or something or more. I mean, you're not going to be doing that for a non paid internship. But basically, you get the experience, you get, maybe possibly a job in the future or anything else that comes with it. What Jake is offering is pretty much you have full time work, but you're not going to be paid for it, and you're getting the experience. And he said it's going to be out of fun. Like, okay, fun is going to pay your bills. If you have so much fun in 1 month, that's going to buy you enough food to eat. Whoever Jake has as a manager or assistant is obviously slacking. I mean, you have someone obviously working with this guy. They have like a college degree, maybe even a master's, and they're working with him. They should be able to make decisions, right? But no, obviously not. They lead him down to a dead end, and this guy is totally clueless. I mean, what is he thinking? Does he even have any managers at this point? The reason why I personally think this is very unfair is because Jake Paul, he has a lot of money, basically. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or not. You choose to spend how you want your money, and you could literally give away half of your money to your mom or your sister or whatever, like a rock if you wanted to legally. So that's how much money is worth if you really thought about it. But okay, getting into it, Jake has a lot of money, and the reason why a lot of people are upset is because he wants to try to get an intern working full time, not even part time, making nothing at all, not even a part time wage. Honestly, that would be exactly like if Kim Kardashian was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hire somebody, I'm just gonna pay them an experience, but work them full time, and I have all this money." America would freak out. They would definitely freak out, especially after the Kanye stuff. They would be targeting Kim. Yeah, you can't be acting like that or trying to hire people in that manner. If you wanted to work somebody part time and have an internship available, but also have maybe other positions that you're paying people, it would make a lot more sense. But automatically, you want somebody to work for you for free. That's what we're getting. That's our assumption. I'm not gonna, just say that's 100% true, but from everybody that I've heard, from my own opinion, I'm just gonna put that together. Honestly, if you're that rich and you want somebody to work for free that much, that's kind of weird. I do want to ask a few different questions when you do something like that because it makes me wonder. Although to go against me, I mean, scientifically, there's been a study shown that if you're making more than $70,000 a year, whether you're a woman, whether you're a male, that you'll be most happier than anybody in the country. And I think that's probably true. But yeah, that's a study. It's recently been shown. I think it's a little bit off the radar from what we're talking about right now. In this case, though, I do want to argue against science. I mean, not completely about that test. What I did want to argue against would be the fact that I think it's temporary happiness. It's not permanent happiness, of course. Even though if you had $70,000 your whole life, then wouldn't that technically mean that you'll be happy your whole life? No, that's not what that means. It means that,
Okay, let's say right now you got like a new job and you're making $70,000 an hour and you get a raise. Okay, you're making $70,000 an hour. Maybe before you're making like $40,000 an hour. That's gonna make you probably really happy because you didn't have that money before. Maybe you could go to the mountain or you can go snowboard or whatever, whatever people do in their free time. And maybe even take a vacation that you haven't been able to take for a long time. That kind of stuff, okay? So you have that going on. But as time goes on and on, let's say you have something really bad happen in your life. You have maybe a husband and then he dies. Are you just going to go out after and go get like a new gold watch or something and then that's going to make you happier? I wouldn't assume so unless you're like completely a psycho. It's like that saying where you're saying, okay, do you want to be 90 years old and be surrounded by Lamborghinis, surrounded by gold items, a huge house, everything, pool, whatnot, yada yada, right? You have it all, you have it made, but you're lonely and you don't have anyone. You don't have anyone that's there for you, to care for you, to be there for you when you need them. Instead, wouldn't you rather just live a simple life, a really simple life, but have a bunch of loved ones around you to care for you and for you to care for them? That's the real American dream. That is pure happiness by being surrounded by loved ones, and that's as good as it's going to really get. So, yeah, by not being money hungry, you can have a healthier and more smoother life. I think everything will go a lot smoother by, more money, more drama, right? Basically, yeah. So, I'm going to head out, but I'm going to have another video coming very shortly. I'll check you next time.